Hi, Annie Clark here from Skills Consulting, and we are in Smart School Session 2, and we are live streaming to our YouTube channel. So I'm excited to be here with you. I'm a 19-year educator. My name is Annie Clark, and I've been in education for 19 years. I held 2 master's degrees in education, but really what we're working on now is self-advocacy. So that's what I'm here to talk to you about. A couple days ago, we did session 1 of Smart School, and what we're doing is we're going over the 10 essential questions that get people thinking about really where they are and where they want to go. And these are tough questions, so we're going to take our time, we're going to go through them, and I don't want you to feel overwhelmed or, hear the questions and think, oh, I can't do this, this is too hard. So the first thing is I want to start with a quote, and the quote is, the role of a leader is to bring people to the table. And when the table doesn't exist, the job of the leader is to build a table. Any of you that are out there that are working in leadership, you get invited to go to meetings all the time. I get invited to go to meetings all the time. However, the real question is, who am I taking with me and what I'm doing when I'm there? So that's something that I've been working on, is really setting up the table for other people to come and building those tables. So if I can't invite people to the table that exists, say, on mental health or advocacy or education, then it's my job to build that table. Some of the first questions that we're going to go to tonight is, starting out a little bit easy, is, do you have the skills to get to your next level? So a quote that we like to talk about at Lincoln is, let your ceiling become your floor. And what this means, that if you look at your past experiences, if you go back to even what you were doing a year ago and what felt like it was impossible, now in your life, you've already passed those things that you once thought you couldn't do. That's allowing your ceiling to become your floor. And the next question is that if you look at that next level of ceiling for you, what skills are you going to need to get you there? Hi, Annie Clark from Skills Educational Consulting. I'm coming to you with Smart School Session 2. So in the other day's session, we talked about the 10 essential questions, and we're still working on those right now. So the first thing is I want to share a quote with you that says, allow your ceiling to become your floor. This is not an original quote, so I'm sure that some of you have heard that quote before. But basically, it means that something that you thought that you weren't capable of doing even a short amount of time ago, you now find that you are more than capable of doing. And that's a great place. So I'm going to start to challenge you that in this work of self-advocacy, that you start to see really what is your next level, and so where is your ceiling right now? What do you want to accomplish that you think is just beyond you? And we're going to start really focusing in on what that next level is, and then focusing on the tools, skills, supports, etc. that are going to get you there. So the first question of the 10 essential questions is, do you have the skills to get to your next level? So I'm going to welcome you to go get a piece of paper and a pen and make some notes, and then we're going to see in the next couple of weeks how you feel again. So when I look at a skill, like communication is a skill. And I may have the communication skills that I need to speak to a classroom, but I had to work on the communication skills to talk to staff members. You may need a different set of communication skills to speak to other leaders. So every time we look at a skill that we may have it for where we're at, but we might need to improve it to get to the next level. So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and take a few minutes and to write down some skills that you're absolutely confident that you have. Some of our friends on Facebook are writing that some of the skills they have is writing skills, communication skills, organizational skills. So again, I'm going to challenge you to analyze the skills you do have, and then say, if I'm going to the next level, will these skills get me there? The next question I want you to look at is, do you love your work? Now, I've always had the personality that I've enjoyed the work that I've done, and I've sort of just, find something that I like about all my jobs since I was young. But now I can truly say that working with children and parents and educators, community leaders, that I love my work. That traveling around talking about education, self-advocacy, parent advocacy has really made a huge difference in the quality of work. I just love getting up and going to work. And if you find that you don't love your work, and some of you are going to be like, well, listen, I have to make money, I have to survive. I've been there. I raised 4 children on my own, and I understand the need to work. And you can't always necessarily do a job that you love when you're in the midst of that. But we can always be working towards the job we would love to have. And so even though I might not be able to have that job today, because I can't quit my full-time job, I can continue to look at that job and start to plan for that job and start to really analyze what I need to do to get to that next level. So if you're not loving your work, I got to tell you, life is short, and you really don't want to spend the rest of your life going to a place that you don't love doing. Some of the best advice I gave to my son when he wanted to become a mechanic, I'm like, is this something that you can see yourself doing for 50 years? So right now, if you're in a job or your work, can you see yourself doing it for 50 years? And if that answer is no, then you really need to start thinking about what is your purpose and really what kind of work do you want to be doing. The next question is, do you have children or younger family members? A lot of times I ask this question as one of the essential questions because if you see people a lot of times in a purpose-driven life, really going from just doing work to really doing a legacy of work, normally they're inspired somehow by children. Either they have children,